Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my assumptions about me video, and I did send out a story a couple of days ago asking anybody to send in their response on what they assume or what their assumptions are about me, and this video is going to be me responding back to all of the assumptions that I did get. I'm going to try my best to be able to answer all of them, and let's get into this video. Before we get started, I just wanted to put a little note in there that I won't be answering certain questions or certain assumptions because a lot of it or some of it didn't really have anything to pertain to the YouTube video or an assumption in general. So I left those ones out, but let's get started with the first one. So the first assumption is that you would be a snob if we met. The funny thing is that I actually do get this a lot. This or that I'm unapproachable. And I've had my friends, guy friends, actually tell me this, like when we would go out, that, once we started talking, they would come clean and say, I was so afraid to approach you. You're very unapproachable, but you're super cool. You're super down to earth. So in all reality, I don't know what I put out that makes me seem that way, but I'm definitely the opposite of that. I'm not a snob. I'm very, very nice, and I try to be as polite and respectful as I can, especially when it comes to people that I don't really know. But unless you give me a reason, and the only reason that I would ever be a snob is if you're giving me very weird vibes, like being disrespectful, weird. But other than that, I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty down to earth. I'm very approachable to talk to, but for some reason, I just seem to give that vibe off. So the next assumption is that you're tired of dealing with these lame men. So I think that this is partially true. I'm not really tired of it. I'm more so done with dealing with it. And I've definitely put my foot down in certain relationships and let these certain people know, like I'm not putting up with it. You're either in my life, you're out of my life. If you're not reciprocating, then bye-bye. I'll see you later. I have no time for this anymore in my life. I've come to the realization that I'm getting to an age where and this is a realization that I should have probably come up with like years ago, but I just don't have time for crap anymore. I don't have time for people to waste my time anymore. So I'm not more so tired of dealing with it than I'm just done dealing with it. But other than that, I wouldn't know what else is really out there. Like I said, I haven't really delved into the dating scene yet. So when I do, I will find out if I still have to put up with this shit. Okay, let's go to another assumption. So another assumption is that you smoke weed. Nope, I don't smoke weed. I'm not really a fan of weed because I feel like it's such a downer. However, I did have an experience not too long ago where I had eaten an edible because, I'm always down for whatever. Like if my friend is like, oh, try it, and I've never tried it, then I'm gonna freaking try it. But oh my God, never again will I ever eat another edible. That was literally, I didn't even eat the whole thing. Worst experience of my life. This is exactly why I do not smoke weed, because it's a downer. Like kudos to everybody who can function on it, but when it comes to me, I am not that person who can smoke it and function on it because I am just a freaking sloth and I'm hungry and I'm not the person to be doing weed. So do I smoke weed? No. Have I tried it? Yes, but it's not something that I like to do or something that I really care for. The next assumption is that you can get any guy that you want. So I'm honestly not too sure how true this is because I haven't really delved into the dating scene yet. I do know that my picker is off. When I mean picker, I mean the kind of guys that I'm attracted to. It's still off. I'm attracted to the guys that I should not be attracted to. So I do know that by this, I still need to work on myself, knowing that I'm still not picking the right guys. Not like I'm out there like picking a guy and dating. I haven't dated yet, but just the people that I'm attracted to, the people that I find are attractive, I'm noticing that my picker is still towards the wrong kind of guy. So I'm not too sure how true this is. I haven't really delved into the dating scene yet, but I will let you guys know when I do. So another assumption is that you're not single. I am 100% single. I don't know what I would put out there that would make it seem like I'm not. Maybe you guys think I'm dating, but I am single. The next assumption is that you're super emotional. This is so true. I am very, very emotional. But as I've gotten older, it's not that I've gotten less emotional, but I've learned like when to be emotional and when not to be. I'm not saying that there's a right or wrong time, but I think before I kind of took it above and beyond and I was super, super emotional. I would cry for every single little thing. Now, today, the only way I will cry is if my feelings are really, really hurt. You have to really have hit that button for me to cry. So when I cry, you know that there's a problem because I normally won't cry over small stuff anymore. So the next assumption is that you always try and make everyone else happy. This is 100% true, and it couldn't be more true that this is the kind of person that I am. I've always been this way, and I'm the kind of person where when I see the people around me happy, it makes me happy. And I also think that because I am this way, this has always been the reason why people who have either left my life or, you know, I've had bad ties with, they always end up wanting to make things right or come back. I think it's because I am such a selfless person. And I do think that this is a blessing and sometimes a curse because I do speak about how you need to put yourself first. So this past year, I have definitely learned to make myself happy first. You know, before I start focusing on everybody else, I've learned that my happiness comes first. But overall, making everybody else happy is the kind of person that I am. The next assumption is that guys must throw themselves at you. I wouldn't say that they throw themselves at me. Definitely when I became single, a vast amount of guys have tried to, you know, slide in the DMs. That is one. But even when I was in a relationship, you know, I was engaged at one time and I used to wear my ring out when I would go out. It literally would not stop guys from approaching me. I kind of think, and I've told other people this, like when you wear a ring on your finger, I kind of feel like guys are just like not smart, that is like a turn on. Like they want to try and get something that they can't have. So I would say that even when I was engaged, it would happen when I would go out with my friends. But other than that, I wouldn't say that they throw themselves at me, but I do think that guys have definitely, you know, tried to make conversation. The next assumption is that you like St. Louis men. This is false. I dated one, was engaged to one, never again. You guys are literally all the same. Well, okay, I wouldn't say all you guys. I'm pretty sure there's like a handful of St. Louis guys who are not all the same, but a huge, vast majority of you guys are all the same. Oh my God, I've seen so much dirty shit go on when it comes to St. Louis guys. It's not even funny. I've even found stuff out like after high school. And the fact that a lot of them still act the same, you know, it's like, no, nah, been there, done that. The next assumption is that you are a deep thinker. So I am 100% a deep thinker. And I'm grateful for this because me being able to think the way I do and my mind always constantly going, this is what allows me to do my writing. It also allows me to be able to come up with my captions for my blogs. I could just be washing the dishes or taking a shower, and because my mind is constantly, you know, like running and on the go, I'm able to just come up with these thoughts. It just randomly comes to me, and I look at it like when people write music and they say, you know, it just came to me. It's the same thing. I don't know how to explain it, but I could just be doing the most random thing and a thought, because my mind keeps going, a thought comes in my mind, and that is what allows me to write. So I'm so grateful for this. I would never take it back being a deep thinker. There are times where I wish I could take it back, but overall, I am grateful for being a deep thinker. The next assumption is that you're dating and hooking up with guys on the DL. I'm gonna drink some water before I answer this one. For this assumption, This is not true. I have tried to, you know, explore and be a little bit more adventurous when it comes to, you know, trying to get out there, especially because of COVID. Like, what the hell can I do? I'm also trying to like be careful because I am a caregiver and I don't want to bring that home. It's not worth it to me to go out, meet somebody, catch something, and then bring it home to somebody that I really love and care about. So am I dating and hooking up with guys on the DL? No, I barely even have time for myself. So I'm definitely not doing that. Do I wish I was doing it? Sometimes I do, because this single life has its moments, but other than that, no. The next one is that you're picky when it comes to guys you date. Oh my God. You should ask my friend Katrina, because this girl knows. So does Kaylin, but they know how hard it is for me to even like a guy. I'm not really proud of this, but it's true. And I have witnesses, you know, friends who actually know how true this is. Sometimes I don't think that being picky is a bad thing, because it's kind of like you know what you want and you're not going to settle for anything else. But there are times where I think I'm so picky and critical to the point where it's like, will I be single forever? But I do think that there is somebody out there for me. It's just I am very picky and critical when it comes to the guys I date. And I'm gonna be for real with you guys, Kate, because people always say, like, why are you so picky? First of all, you need to be attracted to the person you're dating. You cannot date, and I hate to say this because I'm not saying looks are everything, but it's definitely important, because you have to sleep with the person at the end of the day. So you need to have some type of attraction to that person. So when people say like, oh, but his personality is so good, okay, great. But if you're not physically attracted to them, then really you're wasting your time, you're wasting that person's time, because sooner or later you guys are both gonna have to get down and dirty. And if you're not attracted to them, then what the hell, you know? So I always say that I need to be attracted to the person that I date. I'm not saying looks are everything. Like, I would get to know a person. Sometimes people do grow on you. So I'm just saying the reason why I'm picky is because I want to be able to be physically attracted. I do think personality matters too, because if I dated somebody who was hot and had no personality or was a total asshole, I'll just be like, what the hell, you know, bye. So there needs to be kind of like an even like distribution of looks and personality, but I still do need to be attracted to the person. So if I see somebody and automatically I'm like, okay, I'm not physically attracted to that person, then I normally am like, no, I can't do it, because I don't want to waste their time. I also don't want to waste my time. But yes, I'm very picky. Next assumption is that you're really smart. So I would say I'm smart when it comes to like books. I definitely didn't apply that in high school, but I've learned that when I went back to college, I'm super like, I shocked myself. You know, I'm actually really smarter than I thought. And what the teachers used to say about me when I would go in for parent-teacher conference is true. Like, I was just lazy. I didn't want to do the work, but I was capable of doing it. So I would say book smart, yes. Street smart, I'm not too sure how smart I am when it comes to that. So it all depends on what you're talking about. I definitely know that I'm book smart. I love to read. I love to learn new things. So when it comes to being smart in that way, yes. But street smart, I'd say I'm like so. I'm not 100% fully street smart. Next one is that you want more kids. I definitely want one more kid. Anything more than that, not really, but unless I meet somebody who does have children. But for me, I would want one more. Not too sure when that's gonna happen or if it's gonna happen anytime soon, but one more kid and I'll be happy. You're naturally skinny and don't need to work out. False. False. And everybody knows this. I was chunky in high school. I wasn't fat, but I was chunky. And when I had AJ, when I got pregnant with AJ, I was, you guys are never gonna believe this, I was 198, I think, almost 200 pounds. people thought that I was having twins. And then after I had AJ, I dropped about 70 pounds. I worked my butt off and dropped about 70 pounds after having AJ. That's how much weight I gained when I was pregnant. So I'm not naturally skinny. I definitely have to work for the body that I have now. More so, definitely harder, because I did start, lifting about, I'd say, a year ago. And I'm learning that, even with COVID, when I had to stop, you notice changes in your body. And I was like, oh my God, all that hard work for nothing. But now the gyms are open and I'm so happy. I hope that it stays this way, because I honestly love my body and the way that it looks when I am working out and lifting weights. So I'm not naturally skinny. I have to work my butt off for it, but I work out 7 days a week, sometimes 6 when I want to take a day off, but I work out all the time, 2 hours each workout, and I take pride in the body that I have now. The last assumption is that you don't drink. So I do drink, not as much as I used to. I would say before COVID hit, when I had my breakup last year, I was going out probably almost every weekend and drinking a lot. So I was so grateful that COVID hit, because I was able to kind of slow down and stop drinking, like literally cold turkey stop drinking for months and months on end. I do drink occasionally, like here and there. My tolerance is probably super low right now, but I will drink for like a special occasion or, just to socialize. But other than that, I don't really drink. I rarely drink. I definitely don't drink as much as I used to. But I will say that once my favorite club opens up, everybody knows what it is. I'm not putting it out there because I want people like finding me there. But once you guys open up, I'm out there. I'm not going to drink a lot, but I'm going to be there and I'm going to drink. So those were the assumptions about me that you guys had. I wasn't able to answer all of them. Like I said, there were some that kind of just weren't that appropriate for this video. But anyways, before you guys leave, please do not forget to like, subscribe. Also, hit that notification button never to miss the latest update on my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.